Guys, it's the Cook and the Coach podcast.
I'm Kenny, I'm the cook.
Baze, I'm the coach. Welcome back, everyone.
CLB!
Donda.
CLB!
Donda.
CLB, motherfucker!
Donda.
CLB, dude.
Donda.
CLB, bro.
Donda.
CLB?
Donda.
CL motherfucking B.
Donda. Donda. Donda.
Dude, we're just a couple lesbians sitting out here just hanging out.
Oh my god,
Dude, just a couple lesbians. Because you like girls, right?
I think so.
And I like girls, which makes us both
Lesbians.
Right, all right, cool. Yeah. Right? That's how it works.
The worst line I've heard in rap ever. The worst line.
Why? Here's what I'll
The
say.
worst line ever.
No, I'm not defending this line, but I think he's just joking, right? It's got to just be just like a bad joke.
I hope so.
It's got to be just a joke, man. This is what I think people don't say. I think Drake is like joking around a lot because he's kind of at the top. He's having fun with it. I think he's just joking. It's got to be, right? He can't actually think he's a lesbian.
I don't know, man. I think he's been with too many girls at this point. I think he's confused. I think he's confused, dude.
Yeah, he might actually think
Too much pussy will do that to you.
he might actually just think he's a lady now.
Honestly,
Maybe.
at this point,
It might be it.
it might be it.
Yeah, bro. Yo, thank you for listening, y'all. We're talking. So CLB just dropped Certified Lover Boy, Drake's new album. Last
Yes.
week we talked about Donda.
We
So we
did.
figured it's only right to talk about Certified Lover Boy. We're already kind of teasing it from last week.
We are.
You listened to it, right?
I did.
Dude, so I've listened to... I've kind of gone hard. So I've listened to Donda 3 times through so far.
Okay.
I've listened to CLB almost 3 times. I was like midway through. I had to
Sure.
stop. But
I just do it twice.
yeah. So like I feel like we both listened to it a decent amount of times. We have like a pretty good idea.
Right.
So how are you feeling? Like, here's what I'll say, just right off the bat.
Okay.
I feel a little bit like a slight... It felt like there were going to be these 2 titans that clashed up in the heavens. Mm-hmm. But I have this feeling where it's like, I feel like I need to defend that both of them were better than they initially felt like they were.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
go on that.
it's like both albums I thought were really good and I liked listening to them a lot, but I felt like they weren't obviously great right off the bat. And so
Okay.
it was like instead of being an obvious battle, it was like, oh well yeah, but like the artistry of Donda and like the bars of CLB. You know what I mean? It's like it's not just clear right away. Do you feel that?
I don't actually.
No? Do you see what I mean?
I think you want here. Let's you know what? I'm gonna take off my max for this.
Yeah. Get ready. Now, I already know what you're going to say, but just say it for the people.
CLB was fucking trash.
You say it's fucking trash?
Terrible.
You say it's terrible?
Awful.
You say CLB's awful?
Awful.
Awful, huh?
There was literally 3, maybe 4 songs like the entire album.
That's it, huh?
Unlistenable.
Wow. That's a harsh
I listened to
statement.
it twice.
Yeah, and that's how you felt.
Unlistenable. Every song was exactly the fucking same. The only hit, like big, like track that like really like I was like, okay, this is the one, was Fair Trade. And even that was ruined by Travis Scott's verse.
Fair Trade was one of the ones you liked. Did you like Way Too Sexy, which is what we're kind of dressed up?
Way Too Sexy was fun.
Way
It's
Too
a
Sexy is
vibe. It's a club vibe. You're trying to turn up with the boys. You're trying to pregame.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's not great, but you know what? I like it.
It's fun, for sure.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
And the one with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne was a vibe. It reminded
only
me of the
looked twice.
the 2010 era. I like the bars in it. It was I felt it.
Yeah. And it goes back to what we were saying about Lil Wayne being like just aging so well with those features.
So well.
Continually, just everything is so good with him lately.
Rest of the album, throw in the fucking garbage.
Oh my god,
Awful.
dude. That's hard.
Unlistenable.
Whoa! Really?
Drake peaked, and this is a decline.
That is very harsh.
I have not been this disappointed with an album ever.
But this is what I'm saying, where it was like kind of like confusing.
And I've been saying this for years, and people are slowly trying to cash on finally. So I've been saying for fucking years.
Yeah.
Drake makes incredible singles. He makes garbage albums.
His album, it's hard to. I mean, that's what everyone's been saying. Where it's like it's hard to have.
Tell me
find,
an
like,
album since Take Care is best that's been good.
Let me think. I mean, like straight through. That's the thing that's hard. It's like I like well, not Care Pack. What was the one where it was like a lot of the UK vibes?
I don't remember.
It's one of my favorites.
And listen,
It's where it's
I'm not a
got
Drake
sound in
hater.
it.
I like Drake for the
Yeah.
most part. I actually like Drake a lot.
Yeah.
But
No, but
his albums as a project, nah. B.
that's what people say.
Nah,
where
B.
it's like you have to find
Nah.
something that goes all the way through it. Yeah, it's like kind of hard for it to find.
Nah,
that.
man. No. Nothing was the same. Was I?
Yeah.
It was I.
Yeah.
I like some songs up there. Mm-hmm. The only two albums, not one of them wasn't even an album. His mixtape and then Take Care, classics.
Right. The mixtape.
I won't even try to defend otherwise. Classics.
Yeah.
It shaped music during that time.
Totally.
Nothing was the same. Thank Me Later. All right, one of my favorite songs is actually off that album.
Right.
But everything else, trash, throw in the garbage. I don't want it. I'm not here for it. Never listen to it again. I'm done. Is Drake one of the greatest artists of our generation? No doubt.
Definitely.
Is he one of the top 3 hip hop artists of all time? No doubt. Has he made good albums? He's made like 1 or 2. That's it.
We've talked about this. It's just hard for him to
Kanye
find the
has
good album.
5 hard certified classics. I would personally argue 6 with Pablo involved in those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Donda versus CLB. Anyone who says CLB over Donda is, in my opinion, retarded.
Oh my god.
And I don't say that lightly.
Now this is what we were talking
I
about
don't say that
last
lightly.
week, where it was like I was saying that CLB is gonna be a little bit more streamable or a little bit more. It sounds like it's geared more towards clubs.
I don't care about numbers.
But this is one thing I
I
was
don't care
saying
about
though, where
numbers.
it's like
It was trash.
you're gonna see CLB doing better. At least the first week, I think that's gonna get the #1 album of the week.
If you want Instagram captions, go to Drake. That's what it was. It was just a bunch of Instagram captions, him crying on tracks about the same shit he always raps about. There's minimal involvement. There's like one song where he talks about his kids and his family and his evolution, but everything else is the same old Drake shit. There's very little evolution. I'm telling you, like, come on, give me something different.
Dude,
Like,
I'm
what the
surprised that you
fuck?
hated it.
I hated so much. I skipped the last track both times I listened to it.
Really?
'Cause I was so sick of it.
Really?
I was so sick of the album. I was tired. The tired album made me tired.
This is how I've been comparing the two albums in my head. Donda feels like Cirque du Soleil, and CLB feels like a kickback. Does that make sense?
Go on that. Explain.
So, Donda feels like this like big event. It feels kind of like a Broadway show sometimes. It feels like it's built for live purposes.
yeah, for sure. It's meant for a stadium.
Definitely. So it's like structured that way.
Yeah.
But it's also not like something you would hear necessarily in like a club and stuff like that. How often are you gonna go to Cirque du Soleil before you feel like you got the idea? Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't go to Cirque du Soleil every week. You go to Cirque du Soleil like once every few years. You go to a Broadway. You go to a musical once a year or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? It's like this type of event. Whereas I felt like CLB was like something you could put on, and it was like a consistent vibe with like different, you know, like accents, and you could just put that on while people are just kicked back, and it's just like a hangout, and people are just hanging out. Do you know what I mean? It's like a different type of aesthetic.
Yeah, but I don't want trash songs with a kickback.
I don't know if they were. I don't know if they were trash though.
Okay, of the songs besides songs I listed, name a good one.
Which ones did you list? I don't remember.
Fair Trade,
I liked that one.
Too Sexy,
I liked that
and the
one.
one with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne.
I liked those.
Give me another good song.
Let me pull up the.
There isn't another single. So Will is watching the show right now on live. Thank you for watching, Will. He's saying that CLB over Donda. No, Will, you're wrong. Fuck you. No, CLB was awful. It was awful.
I know,
It was
I'm
terrible.
not saying, just to be
it was
clear,
terrible.
I'm not saying one is better than the other at this point. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I liked each of the songs
Actually,
in
you
here
know what?
for their own reason.
I'll give Drake one. Poppy's Home was alright.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but it was alright.
Honestly, dude,
I'll give him that one. I'll give him that one.
I enjoyed, at least to a certain level, each of the songs. There were lines or hooks that I didn't like more like lyrics that I didn't like.
Give me a song that was good.
I liked all of them. I enjoyed all of them.
It was terrible.
I'll say this though, dude.
Unlistenable.
There was like the lesbian thing where it's like there were certain lines in there where I'm like, it's like you could have done this hook better.
I want to talk about this. This is what pisses me off, okay?
Yeah.
This pisses me off so much. Everyone's talking about Kanye's bars and like he had the line about Hertz and renting cars. He had the haze in the eyes and that was trash. What the fuck is this shit with Drake about the lesbians?
See, now I think they're both joking.
You're gonna tell me Drake has better bars than Kanye?
I think they're both.
What the fuck?
I do think that Drake's a better rapper than Kanye is.
No,
you don't think so?
Hell no.
I definitely think he's better with that.
I think old Drake maybe, but this Drake, no, fuck no.
No, I don't know, dude. I think that.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I read a Andrew Schultz thing that I really liked his take. You saw it,
and I'm a Schultz stan. I'm a Schultz stan. Schultz is wrong.
The Schultz take was that Kanye's better at making music, Drake is better at rapping, and it's a shame that they don't work out their differences because if they collaborated, they would make the best album ever. I think that's true.
Hey, Forever. Remember 2009, 2010? Forever?
I was thinking about that this morning, actually.
Probably the song of the year.
It's so crazy how many people were on that. It was Kanye, it was Drake, it was Eminem, it was Lil Wayne. Who else?
Song of the year.
Who else was on there?
Those 4.
Just those 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a song of the year.
Yeah. It's crazy. It was on like 2K, right?
Yeah. Imagine that song. Imagine them doing a whole album of that.
I think it would be amazing. And I really hope that someday.
I agree that them working on an album together would be amazing. But if you're going to tell me that Drake had better bars than Kanye, get the fuck out of here. I fell asleep during half the songs. I'm not exaggerating. My second listen, it was late at night. I fell asleep during half the songs. I had to wake up.
I'll say I'm not saying that Kanye is a bad rapper by any stretch of the imagination. I think that Off the Grid was a really good example of how he still can like totally go in like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Of course.
Why are we saying Kanye doesn't have bars?
No, I think that's ridiculous. But this is the thing. I think both of them are at a level where they're like, they'll troll and they'll have fun with it.
Will saying Kenny woke up inside to speak facts today. He's also saying that No Friends in the Industry was fire. Listen, No Friends in the Industry had like maybe like one verse of the whole song I actually was like okay with.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during the song. I fell asleep during the song.
Here's the thing. I have listened, like I said, I've basically listened to both of the albums 3 times through. I like them both a lot for different reasons. I would put on CLB in a heartbeat just as like a vibey, like going through emotions with a girl.
But every song's exactly the same.
I don't think so. I think that, here's what I'm saying.
You did me wrong.
Wait, are you saying thematically or like sonically?
Fuck so good. I'm sipping on my red wine. Who cares? What the fuck?
Wait, are you saying
is this
shit?
shit?
Are you saying thematically they're the same? That all the songs are the same, or sonically?
Both.
I don't know, man. I think that there's actually some sonic consistency throughout CLB in a way that ties it all together in a nice way that some of his albums haven't had quite as much of.
Ken, I'm all for sonic consistency, but I don't want the same song 20 times over.
I don't think that's what it was.
That's what it felt like to me.
I mean, it's called Certified Lover Boy. It's clearly going to be about him and girls. It's going to be about him and relationships. How are you going to be a
certified lover boy and complain about your certified lover boy problems?
Isn't that the whole thing?
Don't complain about being a certified lover boy and then also
that's ridiculous.
Complain about your problems.
That's ridiculous, dude. That's half the fun of being a certified lover boy. And now I'm not a certified lover boy. That's what it is, dude.
You're a $100 millionaire. You got hoes. Great, do you? But don't complain about your whole problems then. What do you ask for?
What's
the problem?
That's the whole point.
What's the problem?
Any game that you're in, half the fun is complaining about the game. That's true, dude.
Don't complain.
Dude, what I'm saying is like
tell me about the bad bitches you fucked and how much money you got.
No, you gotta see both sides.
Give me your problems.
No, you gotta see the dark side of the moon, literally and figuratively. No, what I'm talking about is why Stephen A. Smith has a career. It's fun to see people complain about the game that they're involved in.
What's Will saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, fuck out of here. No, I'm done. I'm over it.
I enjoyed both for different reasons. I think
Drake is on the decline. It's over for Drake.
Completely
Drake
disagree.
Good or wrong. It's over. Drake had a good 10-year decade run. He did
Dude,
he did a
that's
great
insane.
job. It's over now. It's over. We're over Drake. It's Lil Baby era.
Dude, Scary
It
Hours
is
2
now officially the Lil Baby era. Fuck Drake. He had a good run. I love his songs he made from the past. It was great. It was a good run. Lil Baby, give us some more albums.
I am all
over it.
for
I'm over it.
the passing of the torch, but Scary Hours 2 was so solid.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was, dude.
Garbage.
What do you... Okay, then we
Garbage.
just disagree on what music sounds like.
Garbage.
That's
Awful.
That's wild
Awful.
to me that you didn't
Awful.
like that. Are you for real?
I am a Drake fan.
That is shocking to me. I thought that was so
I
good.
am a Drake fan. But he cannot make a cohesive project to save his life.
Even that EP?
No.
I disagree, dude. I thought that was great.
He has made a couple good albums, but the rest have been trash. He cannot make a cohesive project to save his life. I don't know what it is, but he can't do it.
All right.
And his era's over, and it's what it is.
All right, we're going to have to agree or disagree on this, but this will transition nicely. I think that it's like popular to hate on Kanye and it's popular to hate on Drake. Similar to how we were talking a while back about how it's like popular to hate on pop music.
Let me clarify.
People at the
I don't
top.
hate Drake.
I know you're not.
I think Drake's one
I'm not
of the
saying-
greatest
I'm
to
not
ever
saying
do
that
it.
you-
I think
saying
he has
doing that.
great songs. And some of his songs are my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah.
He cannot make a project though.
Yeah.
He
I
cannot
know.
make an album to save his life.
I
That's
know
all
what
I'm
you're
saying.
I know what
That's
you're
all
saying.
That's
I'm
all
not saying that you hate him.
If you want Instagram captions, you listen to Drake. If you want just minimal, almost zero depth captions for your tweets, your Instagram pictures, something to make you feel cool with on social media, you go Drake.
Now that sounds like you're hating on him.
If you want to like feel something like deep, like, and make you like process life in your faith in the world around you, and you want like actual like sonic mastery,
Yeah.
you go to Kanye.
Okay, so again,
Prove me wrong.
Agree to disagree. I think the projects.
me wrong.
What's annoying is that like the same people that hate on these projects come back a few years later and like them, and artists who
Not
hate on
me.
them try to emulate them.
Not me.
Life of Pablo is a really good example. People weren't thrilled with Life of Pablo when it came out.
I said it was a hit from the jump.
Now, again, I'm not saying you're doing this. I'm talking about other people in general, and just
Fair
like
enough.
fans who are hating.
Fair enough.
So like, other people have said when Life of Pablo came out, they're like, man, this is not like that good. Kanye has kind of fallen off. This is not that great. And now people at this point, several years later, people look back and they're like, this is one of his best things that he's made. Similar with Drake. It's like people will shit on Drake and then try to emulate his sound and try to emulate what he does. It's
Right.
like, I am, to an extent, I appreciate like the 24-hour reaction, but I hate the 24-hour review because it doesn't give the project, whatever it is, time to unfold. Like, give it some time to see what it's like.
Okay, that's a fair
Like-
assessment.
Like, here's something I was thinking about. I was thinking that, like, I think that people have talked about Kanye being kind of like a more of a futuristic artist in terms of like seeing trends farther out and bringing those to the present. I think that
Right.
something Kanye is really good at bringing slightly more futuristic sounds and bringing them here. Whereas I think Drake oftentimes encapsulates like the best sounds of the present that age really well.
Sure.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I
So
see
like
that.
when you're listening through like Donda, like the way that the reverb and the way that the sounds are spaced out and the fact that it's like we were talking about this with
It
the
feels
dissecting.
big.
It feels big, but also like isolated. Where it's like
Yeah.
where we were talking about how like the Donda heartbeat matches up with the guitar in Jail and the drums at
Epic.
the end of
Love
Jail. All three of those fit together perfectly. Which also goes into another thing where I think it's like it's more of like a choose your adventure type thing where it's like a different way to approach the sound. It doesn't sound like what's happening right now. I think there's something to be said for that, and I also think there's something to be said for finding like curating the very best sounds of the present and finding the stuff that ages well. And I think that's one of the differences between the two of them. And again, why I really want the two of them just to figure this petty shit out where they clearly both love each other and they respect each other. They just are both a little too sensitive and need to hash it out. Because if they just fucking collaborated, they would make arguably maybe the best hip hop album of all time.
Let me ask you this: do you think the beef is real?
I think that the beef is real, but I think it's getting less and less serious.
Okay. Interesting.
Because the way that they'll like talk about certain things, like even how Drake's being like, give that address to your driver instead of posting it out of desperation or whatever the line was, stuff like that. Or Kanye basically being like, essentially being like, you're fake, stuff like that, or like You Sound Like Me. It's like they love each other, dude. They're so like intimidated by each other.
They literally live like 10 minutes away from each
They
other.
live 10 minutes away from each other. They're two of the most iconic and influential artists of the decade at least, and going to be beyond that. It's like they clearly are inspired and intimidated by each other, and they just find little ways where they're intimidated, and then they use little things that annoy them and then turn them into bigger things.
Right.
That's all it is. And if they could just work through it, it's like, I think they would, don't you think they would make the best arguably the best hip hop album of all time if they like came together?
I don't know if they would do it, but if they really decided, hey, we're going to take 2 months, we're going to get in the studio together, we're going to make up, and we're just going to take all our best producers and like have a camp and focus, they could. They could if they wanted to.
And my way too sexy. My whole dude, I feel so ridiculous. We're both a little bit drunk. This is how drunk I am, where it's like I forgot that I'm even wearing this and it feels normal.
Well, you know what? Let's take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk about some other topics. Let's put a pin on this topic.
We'll put a pin on it for now.
So how do you, if you had to put both albums head to head, how do you feel? Do you have one or the other? Are they both even with each other?
Right now, I don't like reviewing. I think that I'll say this.
This is your final review. This is how you feel right now in the moment.
No, I don't do a review. I would say that I think that I enjoy listening to Donda more to learn about like music sonically.
Okay.
And I think I like listening to CLB more for like hooks and like a vibe. More of like a kickback. Again, like I think Donda's more like Cirque du Soleil. I think CLB's more like a kickback.
Okay.
What do you think?
CLB, I'll never listen to ever again in my life except for Fair Trade and maybe Too Sexy for like a pregame party. I listen to Donda for the rest of my life. There's some classics on there, some classic songs, some songs that hit my emotions very hard, some songs that maybe reflect on my faith, and it's the superior album, and that's how I feel.
All right, well, let's put a pin on this. Do you want to take another shot? How are you feeling?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's
and we'll come back and we'll do the rest of the episode.
All right, I'm gonna break the seal.
If you want to help support the show, help support us, help support what we're doing around here, creating this content, you can buy this right here. This is Chill Botanicals CBD Energy Blend. I use this every single day when I get off the bed, after I brush my teeth, drink my morning coffee. I take this right away. Helps get my day started. Gives you some energy without the anxiety from coffee, from all the caffeine. This stuff is amazing. It's a game changer, okay? Literally take it every single day. You can use my code BAZE10 at checkout. That's BAZE, B-A-E-Z, all caps, 10 for 10% off your order. Hit the link in my Instagram bio or go to joybotanicals.com. You can get your own version of this. This right here is a grape flavor. They got blueberry. They got Stroyana, which is like a strawberry banana flavor. Guys, this stuff's a game changer. Start taking this stuff, cut my caffeine intake in half. I'm dead serious. And Ken knows I drink a lot of caffeine. My caffeine intake is cut in half because I use this every single day. It gets me going. It increases my mood. Gives me more energy. Guys, this is a real deal. Go check it out. Hit the link in my Instagram bio. Use code BAZE10 for 10% off your order.
We're on Instagram at Cook and Coach Pod. We're on TikTok at Cook and Coach. If you look up on YouTube, the Cook and the Coach podcast, or just Cook and Coach, you'll find our full episodes there. You'll also look up anywhere that podcasts are available. You'll find our episodes and just look up Cook and Coach, the Cook and the Coach podcast. Subscribe. Show us some love. We appreciate it, y'all.
Thank you for supporting.
I think that guys who are medium height to smaller to like shorter height will round up their height on dating apps. And I think that girls who are particularly tall will round down their height. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And I think it's a real thing, and I think it's been happening.
We need to address this because girls on social media and on dating profile bios are capping way more than the guys are.
Y'all way taller than you think.
Like, it's unbelievable what you guys are doing on social media.
Definitely. Just be honest. Why are we lying here? For everybody, across the board, just say the real height. Let's just work with the truth. How about that? Let's work with the truth.
I'm not going to say her name. I'll keep it private.
Yeah.
I was on a bus to an event with a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. She was going through some of her photos, trying to pick which one she wanted to pick for Instagram. Mm-hmm. The amount of apps
do you
that
mean?
girls use for like editing their
Editing?
photos. Unbelievable.
You saw them just going through just app after app after app editing?
Unbelievable. They're using like Facetune. They're using Photoshop to like get rid of like this like small little like thing on their arm that no one would ever see ever.
See, it's kind of a bummer, actually.
You girls are capping on social media and these Tinder bios.
Just be honest.
It's unbelievable.
Just be honest.
It's unbelievable.
It's the
Girl calls us liars. What?
yeah.
You lying?
Look, these tall girls too, with their like, oh, I'm this height, but clearly you're way taller.
Oh my god.
Just be truthful, please. That's how I feel. We were scrolling through some matches, and we were like, "There's no way this girl is this height. There's no way." Which, by the way, is not a deal breaker for me. But just like, why are we pretending here?
I also want to start a segment where I go through my Bumble.
I want to see this.
Bumble replies, because I don't use Bumble to like date. I use Bumble for pure entertainment. This might be some slightly toxic, but I use Bumble for pure entertainment just to see what girls come with for their opening line.
I think a lot of people do that with dating
90%
apps
of the time it's trash.
Really?
And then 5% of the time it's like comical.
See, this is why I appreciate an app like Bumble, because it's actually pretty tough to.
It humbles the girls a little bit.
It does a little, because
I
you're
like
like, what would I have said in that situation? It's actually harder than I thought it would be.
It's funny because you mentioned the height thing.
Yeah.
But if I were to ask a girl what her weight is, unacceptable.
Yeah, you definitely can't ask that.
Can't ask it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty sensitive stuff.
Not even I even care. Like I personally don't even care.
Yeah, of course.
But if I were to ask, canceled immediately.
You would get removed from the app.
Immediately.
You get removed from the app, dude. Oh man, that's funny.
Listen, I get it. Women, you in certain areas of life, you've been repressed, oppressed. I'm not against it. We're not against feminism here on the show. But
Oh boy,
you got there's double standards here.
There's always double standards, dude. It's just
It's what it is.
It's what it is. We're not gonna lie about this.
If you're under 6 feet and you're a guy, nah. 90% of girls are like, nah, if you're under 6 foot.
Oh,
if it's not jump off your profile, you're under 6 foot, you're out.
It's definitely a fact. It definitely helps.
But if you're a girl and you're over a certain weight for a certain height, we're misogynist.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, listen.
I know what you're saying.
I get it. This is the world we live in. I have to deal with that. That's what it is. But come on, can we at least all acknowledge it's a double standard? I'm okay with the double standard.
Oh, there's always double standards.
As long as you acknowledge it exists.
There's always double standards.
But girls will tell you it doesn't exist. They're like, no, that's different. No, she's still a queen.
No, yeah, this is the thing. It's like,
nah, bro.
Fair enough. Whatever. They can be
a
queen, but can we just acknowledge that it's a double standard? That's what I don't like. That's what bothers me when people don't tell the truth. This is what goes back to like, just say your height. This is what I do. When I'm 5'9", I don't round up. I'm like literally probably like 5'9" and 3/4.
You round up?
I don't round up.
Oh, I round up.
I don't round up because then it forces people who round up to be like, oh shit. Like then it just forces them. I don't round up, dude. Maybe I will one day.
Hey, how tall am I?
Oh, you're 5. I actually don't know.
Guess.
You're 5'9".
I'm actually. You know what I say I am?
What do you say you are?
I say I'm 5'8".
Okay.
You know how tall I actually am?
5'6" is what my guess is going to be.
I'm 5'7.5".
Okay.
Actually.
See, I think you should just say 5'7".
I'm 5'8".
I think you should say 5'7".
I'm
Drop
5'8".
your balls on the table and just say this is your height.
I round up.
Just address it.
I'm actually more like 5'7" 2/3", if I'm being super exact.
This is harsh.
But
where I'm like, I'm 5'9 3/4", so.
But I round up. I round up by a third of an inch.
I don't round up on my license. It says 5'9".
I round up. It's easier.
I know it's easier, but I like to just, at least right now, and again, maybe my strategy will change at some point, but right now I'm just like, say what it is. This is why I feel more comfortable telling the tall girls.
On dating profiles,
go down.
I'm 5'9".
Exactly. Where it's like, I don't.
But here's what I learned. And shout out to Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, Father Cooper, for teaching me this. Girls already assume you round up anyway.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to that level of the game.
But here's the thing: it doesn't matter what you think. Girls assume when you put your height on your profile that you're already capping by 2 inches.
I don't include the height.
So I say I'm like 5'9", 5'10", and they're like, "Oh, he's probably like 5'8", 5'7".
Yeah, I don't include the height. I don't even
It's
play
more
the
realistic.
game.
I don't include it either. But if they were to ask on like Tinder, I would just say that. I wasn't gonna scream about my height at all until I got into college and I realized height matters to girls.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even like late college that I realized this. Like I wasn't insecure about it at all until like a couple of years ago.
I'll say this, dude. I hear what you're saying, and it's a bummer. It bums me out that you feel that way. Honestly, the couple that I've seen, man, I'm not gonna name the couple because I love them so much.
Tell me off here.
I'll tell you off air. You haven't actually met them before, but I've only seen them a handful of times. But whenever I run into them, it's like amazing interactions. We have just like a deep connection. It's fantastic. It's one of those weird things where it's like, were we best friends in a former life or something like that? It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's like this dude is shorter than his wife to be, and they have a sexual chemistry that is
Off the charts?
off the charts, dude. It's like relationship goals. It's like dating goals. It's like chemistry goals. It's unbelievable. So I definitely understand that there are different standards for guys and girls and just people in general for like what they're looking for. Fair enough. That's an unwinnable game. But it's like I see the exceptions, and it's like that couple is like it's what I think of when I think like. Also, my uncle. By the way, my uncle pulled like just like a babe for his second wife.
Good for him.
And I don't say that disrespectfully. I love my aunt so much. I'm just saying like they are like, it's just like I have always thought a shorter guy could be with a taller girl. It's not a big deal because I grew up seeing like an amazing example of that.
I think same height, not a big deal to most women if they truly love the guy. But I think if like, I've seen a couple relationships where the girl is like slightly taller than the dude. But I think in most cases, girls don't want that. And
I get that. And by the way, I'm not arguing that even necessarily shouldn't be the case because I also want the right to have like reasons why I like or don't like someone. Before we wrap, I wanted to say,
glasses on.
I know I'm keeping them on the whole episode. We wanted to talk quick State Fair. I just visited again today. Today's it's like Monday, September 6th is the last day of the fair. Actually, one of the busiest days I've seen. It was actually way more poppin' this time around, which was really nice to see. Like actually like big groups of people around. It was actually very encouraging. It was good, dude. I've been saying, but I cooked with the Minnesota Farmers Union. We made BLTs. We made what I have here, this like cucumber jalapeno limeade, which was really good. It was a really fun time, really fun meeting all those cool people. It was like a combination of people from like Union Monk Kitchen and Birchwood. Yeah. And then other like randos who came through, which were also really cool. But yeah, it was a great time. Thank you to anyone who came out and supported. We really appreciate it. It was really fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got another round of Martha's cookies in the fridge. It's a good time. Yeah.
Can you bring them out again?
Yeah, I'll bring them out.
Oh my God.
By the way, this time, just to compare the busyness, the first time I got the Martha's cookies, it was literally a 5-minute wait. This time was like a half hour. So it was like closer to what it normally would be.
Right. So I went to the fair last week on Thursday. Kind of similar to what Ken was saying. Not too many people. Minimal wait for lines. Not too long. I went a couple days later. Same thing. It was actually like 50 degrees and like drizzling. Like not like no one was there. Like no one was there. Like there's no lines or anything. It was kind of fun actually because like I don't mind that weather. Where it's like 50 degrees. It's kind of foggy and cloudy. It's drizzling rain. It's kind of wet outside, but like, you know, there was no lines. It was the middle of the day. So I actually enjoyed that a lot. It was kind of a cool experience to go to the fair with no one there. Right. But I went on Sunday, the second to last day of the fair, and it wasn't like pre-pandemic levels, but it was still like popping.
Bro, the first shift at the state fair this year was like severe weather warnings.
Yeah.
The food trailer we were in was leaking from the water. And we were having like 50-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah. And everyone was there in umbrellas and parkas. It was bad.
Now, when was the last day you worked?
The last day I worked was this Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. So honestly, like the weather got better throughout the whole couple weeks that I was there, and today was the best weather I've seen probably the whole 2 weeks or
Right.
so.
I went on Sunday, so 2 days before we're recording this, second to last day. It was like perfect weather. It was popping. Like there was lines for shit, but at the same time, lines weren't too long. You know what I mean? Like it was.
For sure.
They were longer, obviously, but it wasn't like pre-pandemic levels long. It was still like,
For sure.
you know what I mean?
No, it was great. It was really nice just to see people, and
Absolutely.
it was good. But that's just literally like microsecond Kenny's Kitchen. But it was really fun. Thank you for everybody who came out. I did a couple posts from there, and it was a good time. But
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm glad the State Fair is back. I'm glad that like it's a sign for like Minnesota, like moving forward the pandemic, like figuring this shit out, and so I get back to normal.
yeah, it was good.
I think we're mostly back to normal, but I'm kind of worried about the Delta strain and what's to come for the winter. But
The winter might be kind of boring again. We'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm feeling pretty good, and I also just bit my tongue really bad.
Yeah.
Ow!
We gotta. Oh, these
Fuck.
are warm. Oh yeah. Just
Dude, I think my tongue's bleeding. Fuck! I hate doing that, dude. And I didn't do it on the side. I did it with the front teeth. Normally you bite your tongue on the side. I bit it down.
Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
fuck. That was not pleasant at all.
These are great cookies, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Do we have anything else we want to say before we wrap up? This has been a good one.
Listen. Down over CLB. Girls, stop relying on these Tinder bios and social media. That's it.
And we'll keep it popping. We're excited to see how the next few months go. It'll be fun. I want to get some guests on here, too. Maybe I'll get some more guests
Well,
on
we
here.
have. Well, there's potential guests that might come. That. Well, we won't even say anything more than that. We'll just.
We definitely shouldn't say more than that.
If it happens, it happens. Guys, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate you, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.